Howdy, welcome back to the studio. If you're new, I am SLEW. We're in the studio today. We're gonna do some awesome portrait painting, but first we're setting up the photo studio because we're doing some photography. Recently, I've been really into kind of finessing and composing my own reference to paint. So today is no different. I got my homie Katherine over. Katherine is an amazing artist and awesome YouTuber. You should check her out. She's also one of my only friends that's super comfortable in front of a camera. And she has gorgeous blue hair that I wanted to paint. So we just are messing about. I'm looking for just a super creative, punchy, artsy photograph here. And Katherine's a photography major as well, so she's helping me compose and set up the light design, and we're just bouncing ideas off each other. There's no rhyme or reason to what we're doing. Just messing around, kind of going with the theme of her blue hair, obviously, which is great. And yeah, we just want some kind of cool, creative portrait. And so we're messing about, and it's really fun. I think, when I have these photo shoots that I've done a few times now with the agenda to paint something, it makes not only the photo shoot extra fun, I think, but it makes me more focused and analyze everything. I don't know really how to explain it, but we got some awesome reference. You just saw them flash on the screen. You could pause the video, take a screenshot of the screen, and paint these awesome photos, and then tag us on Instagram, because I think that would be really cool. They're really great photos. I'm really happy with them, and we're gonna paint one today. So we're cutting up a masonite board. I really like to paint on masonite. It's thin, it's sturdy. It's perhaps not the absolute best to paint on, but you could prime anything and you could paint on anything. So that's what we're doing. Real easy, just a couple layers of gesso, sand in between layers, a couple more layers of gesso, sand in between. That's the generic sort of prep. I really love the prep. It's like my favorite part. Very hands-on stuff right there. The prep. But you could get away with 2 layers. Some people do 20 layers. What I just like to have is a very smooth surface to paint on. Having a canvas with some textured teeth is fun sometimes, but generically for me, I like to paint on something as smooth as a baby's bottom. And that's just me. And this is some burnt sienna as ground, as a stain to remove the white of the canvas, and we're ready to go. And I was lining this panel up with my iPad to use as reference, and I was like, why do I not have some sort of shelf on this French cleat system I spent so much time building? So I really just grabbed 2 pieces of scrap wood, 2 L brackets, and we just busted out this quick little shelf, this little shoulder for my French cleat wall. Extremely rudimentary, extremely fast, functional, and it did the job. Absolutely. So that made me happy. Any excuse to use some power tools, and then maybe moving forward one day I'll make a really nice one, because that's kind of cool. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I've been in the studio for 8 months. Anyways, this is willow charcoal. This is what we're going to be using to outline the portrait. And I learned this from Ken Gaushin, who's an amazing artist. He did a paint demo in my studio. That video is on my channel to check it out. He loves to use willow charcoal to start out portraits. It's very finicky. It wipes away immediately because of how soft it is, which is like the great quality of it. But it's basically like drawing with a piece of firewood. You know what I mean? Very delicate, very challenging actually for beginners, even for me. But it's so delicate, like I said, that it makes you go really slow and patient, and I like that. So this is my first time using it. I'm definitely going to use it again. I had a really enjoyable time sketching out. These are like my favorite stages, these beginning stages. So looking for the likeness of Katherine, obviously, not getting too caught up in details, figuring out this hand, and I failed. It was so brutal. I'm so excited to paint these hands. Katherine has very delicate hands, some cool jewelry, so I was like very excited, but I lost that battle. We will return to the hands soon. I'm moving this eye up just slightly, this left eye, Katherine's right. So we just made that adjustment real quick, and making sure these angles are right. So I'm putting these angles to show you that this is what I'm kind of looking at. This isn't the spacing between shapes. This is just looking at big shapes, looking at the angles of different parts of the face, and kind of trying to measure, mimic, and compare the photo reference to your sketch. That's kind of like the name of the game. And I'm actually carbon transferring this hand onto the canvas, so I don't have to worry about nothing. just so it's there and I don't have to struggle bus. The panel is a little big. It's 15 by 12, Katherine's face. It looks a little small in it, so I just shaved off about an inch vertically and horizontally. I'm just spraying fixative here so the charcoal gets fixed and doesn't wipe into my oil paint. I recently got this awesome giant easel that is used for standing because I want to stand more. And I also got these cool Dickies suspenders that my sister got me for Christmas to paint in. So I'm just giddy. I'm just all locked up, ready to go with this beautiful reference. Holy macaroni. The reference is epic. I'm so amped about the photos. This painting, on the other hand, not as smooth. And we'll talk about it why right this very second. I am very rusty with painting. This isn't some venting excuse, but I basically took off November and December. It is early January now. I basically took off those months, didn't paint at all. And so this is my first kind of portrait back, and I'm quite rusty. You know, this is like story of my life. My oil painting practice specifically is like pretty inconsistent. Like there'll be months I paint every day all the time, and then some months I don't. So I'm really excited for this year. Like, I mean, this past year was really crazy building the studio, the podcast, everything I'm doing is like up in my grill, a lot of work, but I'm at a point where I can like relax a little more now. And I'm just putting so much time aside to paint a lot, and not only paint a lot consistently, obviously is the name of the game, but to complete more finished work, big executed paintings. This painting, it's just like an alla prima, just a quick 4-hour study, just a simple idea, which I love to do, which is important to do. I should be doing 3-4 of these a week, but you know, to really execute large rendered oil paintings and finish them completely, see them through, taking a week or two of my time. I'm really excited about that. I haven't done really massive scaled paintings in a while, so yeah, I'm just like schwitzing just thinking about it. I have a few lined up. If you've been following the channel, you know I like to do big projects every once in a while, trying to make that every once in a while, every week, every 2 weeks. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It's quite exciting. I really love this portrait, the photo reference, for a few reasons. 1, the hand. 2, the lighting design. And 3, the crazy electric thunderous rim light. Like she's being shot with a laser beam of blue. At this point, though, in the painting, you could see, especially with this photo right next to it, it doesn't look like Katherine. There's something about it. And I'm getting really bummed out and frustrated. I'm like, what is going on? You know, what does not look like her? And I think it's something within the eyes. You know, this portrait, the photo is so soft. Katherine has a very soft face. I wasn't capturing that. And so I was just like, all right, what is going on? What do we need to do to figure it out? And basically I worked in 2 2-hour sessions. So we're ending this first session and I'm like, okay, I need to step away. I need to step back, reapproach that. And that's something I think I'm pretty good at usually. I get very focused, too perhaps intensely focused, and I need to step away. But I do step away, and you come back to the painting or whatever progress you've made, and you look at it in a new light, figuratively and literally. Here's the mess of a mixing palette. It's just super inefficient. This time lapse right here is the next kind of like 90 minutes, and I'm really just like focusing on moving a few things around. I softened the face, which I think I really did. It's definitely looking more like Katherine. Still not perfect, still a little frustrated, but we put in the work to kind of bring it around. And these close-ups are like the last 20 minutes. And you know, there's still something that's not exactly right. It doesn't look exactly like Katherine. I don't know. But I put in the work and it was just fun, you know. Kind of struggling and fumbling around just motivates me so hard, like a fire under my buns, to just keep painting and to go on the next project. What's the next project? It just amps me up. And this, you know, the whole project was fun. The photo shoot, shout out to Katherine. The painting, it's just a great time. So hopefully you enjoyed. Stick around. This is all we really do around here is paint. So see you in the next video.